G'day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at basically how you can complete the movie bosses mission of the Fighting Legend Goku event completely with using no items. So movie bosses is a pretty strong category across the board. There's generally speaking just a very strong level of functionality and just raw overwhelming power. Now the team does take a little bit of time to get going, however this is obviously very much not an issue in the Fighting Legend Goku event, which even in its shortest instance is still a relatively long event comparative to other events like SBR or ESBR. So if we take a look at the event overall, or in terms of the team build, we've got two distinct rotations that I'm just looking to be running. The first rotation is Strength LR Final Form Cooler alongside Strength Transforming Cooler, making a pretty nice pairing. We're then also going to have the physical Broly movie Broly alongside the Strength LR Broly in the second slot. Floating around, we'll have another Strength LR Cooler, we'll have an AGL Turles, and we'll have a Tech Janemba. And yeah, that is basically it. Honestly, just kind of wanted to make a little bit of a more diversified team. Also thought of throwing in Bojack here, just because why not? But yeah, just kind of wanted to throw in a couple movie heroes rather than running like strictly only a Cooler team or strictly only a Broly team. I think overall, obviously, there's a lot of really good things to say. In terms of, Turles, fantastic unit, obviously providing us with a ton of significant buffs because we are facing a superclass opposition. Lots of really good supporting, as well as his own really good levels of damage and defense. We then also have the Broly movie Broly, or full power Broly, or whichever way you want to call him. But yeah, DBS Broly, he, once he transforms, obviously is a big time damage dealer with the ability to fire off 4 super attacks in a turn, and those can do some really big damage, as you can see here. So Broly, very good as well. Honestly, a super duper solid unit. And yeah, he just can do some really big damage, like you can see here, just throwing out those super attacks, which is obviously really great. Alongside him, we're gonna have the LR Strength Broly, a unit that probably kicked off the LR EZAs with a real bang, and is still a lot of fun to use in a lot of events. Obviously more renowned as an AoE unit than anything else. Still an incredibly fun unit to utilize in a number of ways, and he can still do a really good job in a lot of events, so just really fun to use. The other rotation will consist of a LR Strength Cooler, obviously a great unit that raises his attack and defense with every attack performed, getting progressively more and more ridiculous as he goes along, whilst also giving himself additional super attacks as well after a certain point, which is all very good. Alongside him, we have probably one of the cooler TUR EZAs. Get it? That was my pun. One of the better TUR EZAs in the form of Strength Cooler, who is just an incredibly reliable unit that does a really good job in terms of supporting as well as stacking and just doing great damage. So those are the two rotations. Tech Janemba floating, really fantastic unit. I think personally has aged pretty well. Obviously has the ability to have guard and damage reduction, which always tends to make units kind of lean towards aging really well, more so than not aging really well. So that's something that's quite crucial towards his kind of progress as a unit. And obviously depending on the orbs and the abilities you get, he also has that ability to support the rotation as well, which is also something that's I don't want to say not valued, but something that a lot of people overlook due to the consistency of it, but that I find to be something generally speaking just quite useful and really good to use. So yeah, then obviously a friend a lot cooler. You can kind of go for whatever you want, I guess, in terms of movie bosses. I did toy with using the Int Super Saiyan Broly as well, but I kind of want to save them for some other videos. So yeah, but overall I would say it's a pretty fun, pretty cool team. Definitely one that's, you know, just a lot of really strong offensive units that just tend to shine once they're fully built up and start to look really good. Like Cooler, you know, like Broly, just once they transform or once they're built up, just really causing some huge damage and just really giving some big issues to the rest of the rotation. So yeah, just really good stuff across the board. Beyond that, I would say, yeah, from my perspective, probably you could adjust this team however you want. Movie Bosses has a lot of really good options that plenty of players will have or won't have, so you can remix this team however you want to, and just kind of go with what you feel is good and what you feel flies. Obviously I've done this free to play now and with no items, so I think you should have between those a pretty good idea of what can complete this mission for yourselves. But yeah, honestly speaking, not really anything too crazy. I think the event itself kind of functions as you wish. They can't hit hard enough realistically to give us too many issues for our team. So realistically speaking, we sit in a pretty solid position, I would say, at least overall. Yeah, that's just my perspective. But yeah, beyond that, obviously for those who don't know, the Fighting Legend Goku event was obviously one of the harder events, if not the hardest event in the game at a certain point. And it's still a lot of fun to take on, even by today's standards. But yeah, that's basically it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, of course, you can leave a like. Otherwise, you can also let me know what else you're looking forward to, or what team builds you used, or just if you need assistance, because that's always something I'm willing to help with. But yeah, that basically covers pretty much everything. I don't think there is anything else that you need to be concerned about. So yeah, but as always guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time, and bye.